now. And game number 4, we are going to Dragonshire, picked by Miracle.
Interesting pick.
Isn't this their worst map?
I believe
oftentimes?
so, because of their inability to end games, and this map always goes late game. I'm also very surprised by the pick because I feel like it plays into Wiz's strengths so well, because the solo lane is so important on this map. You can influence the 4-man rotation with the solo lane if you win it hard, and if they give Wiz Sonya again, I feel like he's going to have such a great time. Maybe they have a prepared plan for dealing with the Sonya. Maybe they have a Malthael draft ready for this map. But I know, given the opportunity to play Sonya, Wiz will absolutely do that. And because we don't see any Muradin ganks, and to be frank, the play we've seen from Judy's Muradin in 2017 and in this game particularly, or this series in 2018, has been very weak. So you feel very confident as BlossoM here to have first pick. They'll probably take the Greymane, but if they really want the Sonya, they might just grab it here because it's so important on this map. One of Wiz's best heroes. Genji banned out. Whew. You ban the Greymane, I think you're asking for Sonya to be first picked. It would give Miracle the opportunity to play Hanzo. We have not seen that yet in this series. Been banned 3 of 3 games.
Let's see if they will actually... I think it's an okay one, because since... Just thinking in their head, since they have not really seen how great their Hanzo player is yet. Even if they do, they can still bring up lots of poke from the side. They can also think of their own mages. And Wolf is having another technical issue.
Technical issue with my pencil. It's okay, I always have my backup pen. Alright, so it is going to be the ban on the Greymane. Let's see, do they dive deep with Sonya, or do they take the bait and lock in the Hanzo? Let's see the first Hanzo regardless. Here it is. First Hanzo of this series. Very likely to be played by Modern Life, given he's playing this type of DPS, main DPS role for BlossoM. No longer the solo laner. And for Miracle, they have the opportunity to now, with this Hanzo bait, control the solo lane. It's been tough for them repeatedly in these matchups against Wiz to take the upper hand. And/or will they grab Garrosh because it's been the best hero for Judy so far?
Are they also going to keep their burst damage along? Now that Hanzo is on the other side, they don't have too much poke. They can still bring their own poking. But I feel like with their roster change, just not playing Vala at all, is that it can actually work out after a while if they go back to this bursty kind of mage and solo line. They will actually take, because the Hanzo is taken away, they will take Sonya instead this time.
So they let BlossoM have Hanzo, but they take Sonya for H82. And this leaves us to the most interesting draft of the 4, I think, to me, based on what we've seen and what we've learned. Wiz has destroyed H82 in games 1 and 2. In 3, he was bullied in lane. There was a lane swap, so it was 2v1 against the Leoric draft. So he didn't really get to play his game. You cannot really lane swap easily on this map to bully him. They've already chosen Sonya. Does BlossoM draft the Malthael here to dominate further, or do we see Wiz pull out some weirder picks like the Thrall, the Zagara? Where do we go from here? Because the entire game plan for BlossoM has been around Wiz's solo laning every time. That's been their entire game plan, including their draft on Tomb of the Spider where they picked Sonya in first rotation, even though it's her weakest map of the 4 we've seen so far. So they skip it for now. Leads me to believe we're going towards potentially a weirder solo laner here for Wiz because it's been avoided. Miracle's going to give a lot of thought right now as to how can they approach this solo lane. Uther's very strong with the Malthael. Looking to ban the Dahaka. See, the solo lane is what this is all about on Dragonshire right now. Miracle has a plan. Let's see if this works out.
They're thinking of a Dahaka. At the moment, I think Leoric is has a higher chance of getting picked by BlossoM, because think of it, entombed one target, cocoon the support, then basically there is no way of protecting the one that's in the entomb.
Completely agree with you.
With Hanzo, you can also use Scatter Arrow, and that's going to be tons of damage, plus one more DPS. All they have to do is, I think they can just pick up their favorite. Oh, they do switch to Leoric. I like this change.
Yeah, because there's the clear Garrosh ban that says, well, sorry, Judy, not this time. But the Leoric ban here is wise also because in terms of the Dahaka matchup versus Sonya, you've already won that one. And they've chosen a Nubarak, so you're not going to get any gank protection as Dahaka against the Sonya. You're going to have to sit back and take the damage. It's going to be a rough lane. You're very likely never going to control the Sunshine if you take Dahaka here, which is why I'm wondering and kind of hoping, because I'm selfish that way, that we'll see a Wiz odd pick a ranged top laner like Zagara. We've seen him play in 2017. Something strange like that. That'd be very exciting to see. Could pair it with a Nubarak. It's going to be Judy's Muradin that we see with the Tychus coming through. But now, this is the most interesting part of this draft. Will they just simply be content to have Dahaka bullied in lane and change their entire playstyle, which has been basically warped around Wiz's solo laner? Are they willing to lose that lane to try to win the 4-man with a Hanzo? Not the greatest wave clear down there, especially in the early game.
Let's see if they actually want to bring the Death God here to win the lane and also to go in and dive in along with that Divine Shield, so it also creates the wave of damage, so Hanzo can also put just do free damage from the back line and just poke out. Oh, you can
force sound barriers with a Nubarak. Then you can hard engage, toss down the Cocoon, and win the fight with Malthael while Lucio's in Cocoon. It's certainly something that you can do. I think that's one of the options here. There it is. They're going to stick with the Malthael. Medivh will give some extra protection. Odd to have 2 solo laners here. This is going to be the 3rd time tonight where 2 solo laners are drafted at the same time. Medivh, again, similar to Zeratul like we saw earlier, more of a roaming pick. But this is a little bit wonky. Never really seen something quite like this out of BlossoM.
If Medivh is able to protect the target that the spear lands on even before it lands every time, then there's a very good reason to pick Medivh here. But not only that, because they have Cocoon with the lane line seal, they can basically pick a target and just stasis or trap in the Cocoon every single other one and just focus fire onto that one. But the problem here is Hanzo, Malthael, they do a lot of damage, but it takes time. It takes a long time. It's not like Jaina where you can just burst down all the damage and delete one. So you have to use that time wisely and very coordinated. I think the coordination for BlossoM is the key to winning this set.
Falstad will be the final pick.
Oh.
So going to be a bit of a wonky matchup here. In a sense, you've got 2 solo laners on the side of Miracle, but a safer second solo laner because Falstad can split push so hard. Sony can team fight well, whereas Medivh, he roams and he's going to need to poke, but yeah, there is no burst on the side of this squad. In fact, this would be like one of the only times where I could almost even make an argument for using last rites. But not really, I'm being facetious, but killing these members against the Lucio is going to be difficult. Lucio is going to have to be Cocoon. There is no cleanse on the side of Miracle, but will it matter when your only follow-up damage to the roots and stuns is really Hanzo and Malthael? Slow poke coming out from Medivh. It's going to be difficult. I actually prefer the draft of Miracle myself quite significantly.
Yep, with Falstad now, big disengage tool, and they can also for protection and also to engage into the target where, let's say if a Nubarak is isolated alone, or even Malthael when it comes in, you can actually toss him to the left side and make it in left or right and make it into a 5v4 situation. Malthael will be like, wait, but I wanted to do the damage with my souls. That's not going to work at all.
So, we speak about Medivh as being a solo laner. He's traditionally played as a solo laner in Korea, but he's a roaming solo laner like Zeratul. But he's also played in pseudo double support comps, and that's basically what this is designed to be in this case. Because we already have the solo laner that's clearly going to be Wiz on Malthael. It's going to be a winning matchup against Sonya, so that's what they've chosen. So that will help them control the early game. Sonya heading up there right away because she wants to at least get this first wave completed so HGC can safely sit back and control this lane without having to fight directly. But we'll see if this Medivh pick works out for potential ganks and picks. And the isolation you were talking about with Leyline Seal plus Cocoon could isolate a few members. Okay, missed burrow charge here.
Falstad gets called by any of the CC from BlossoM. Will be a gone bird.
I like this, actually. This is going to help relieve a lot of the pressure. They're going to lose, for a moment, control of the mid lane, but BlossoM smells this. Modern Life can see it. He is the bird in the sky, and they're going to invade. They're going to steal this camp unless Miracle responds immediately.
Everyone comes. Even Luther and Tychus is coming from the bottom lane.
It's going to be everything right now. Stuns coming through. Good protection here. Portal saves Dudu. He gets out. Heals coming through from Uther. And who wins this trade at the end of the day? I think Miracle just slightly. Because, yeah, they got the camp, but more so because they forced BlossoM to spend resources across the map to invade it. Now they have this camp pushing, so Sunshine going to be the focus of BlossoM. This is a crazy game we're watching. BlossoM's actually rotating all 5 up right now.
Gets caught. Lucio alone comes to...
They need more kills than that, though. They're only going to get 1 kill and clear this camp, whereas Tychus and Mergen are getting soaked in bot and mid. I think this is still a win for Miracle. A nice pick to be sure, but they wanted more than that.
Well, Jaehyun, that's not the way you want to travel anytime soon. At least towards your own side, when you know a lot of them are missing from lanes. And there was one mistake coming out from Jaehyun on Lucio.
Not a W build, by the way, not a scatter arrow build coming out for Hanzo this game. Going to be building into attack speed. And there's a Q here.
Pokes.
Yep.
Which does make sense unless they're going to fight in this small points all the time for the camp, I think. But it's going to take a longer time for him to go around and do all the camp.
Yeah, right now he's like, oh god, I wish I had the W build. Like, Hanzo, can you solely camp your Hanzo? He's like, well, I didn't do that build. They're like, oh, why didn't you do that build? It's the only build.
Yeah, they do they do have Martel for the camp, but it takes a long time and he needs to be missing from the lane.
Yeah.
Whereas Sonya can just go around and do all that by herself a lot more quicker than Martel, I think.
You can see the value of the Q in terms of wave clear in lane, so it's more for the 4-man. You can see that explosion coming through right there, but hold that thought. Protection going to help here. Gondar misses yet another burrow charge. Gondar famous for his Anubrak, one of the heroes he made a name on with his ETC last year. Made a name for himself on those, but so far in this game, pretty disappointing. The gank here onto Wiz, not enough damage there. You got the 1 Q off for the heals. One more auto attack from Falstad would have done it if he didn't have that. This Merc camp well protected. Part of this comes from Dudu's extra Q explosions. And look at that angle for the scatter arrows. Big rotation down here, but here come the stuns. This time they connect. Judy, Dwarf Toss panics away. Does get through there. But so much damage being done. Meanwhile, failed ganks again. In fact, Sniper just going to eat some damage.
Sonya is coming down, and this could have been a bait if the bottom rotation was not as bad as this. Because they were taking a long time to take the Shrine back.
Yeah, they can't hold this, though. They want to squat it. Good cleanse, but Nasong's still in trouble. Needs to get away here. Booped by Jaehyun. Good peel from Gondar. Will it be enough? Doesn't look like it. He's going to turn in here to intentionally die to get the extra heals, but was it correct? I don't think so. There was no way they could have turned the fight there. In fact, Wiz losing control of this wave for just a moment means that this is going to be a blue side channel. But Sniper might actually get picked. Nope. Very close calls here in this game. Only 2 kills, but so many more near kills. Ooh, Modern can't even poke this. He'll lose his stacks if he dies. It's just too risky. This might actually be a Dragonite. Oh, barely not.
Dudu was at the bottom, just taking the Shrine back, but the problem is the top lane. Sonya is winning the duel so much that BlossoM should have been focusing a little bit more, taking that pressure down from Marteo. Sonya has been just working her way. So this entire time, because they were losing the bottom one, they couldn't really decide which place to go. They were focusing at the bottom, but didn't really get any kills. That's the thing.
Okay. Judy, the counter stun here, helps him peel off and escape. You can see Wiz is starting this camp solo. It takes a long time, as you mentioned. During this time, it allows Sonya to go retake the Sun Shrine and push that top wave in. Long term, it's going to be good that they got this camp. In the short term, very capitalizing is H82 in that top lane of this moment. Miracle's about to have 10. they can look to try to force a fight. Unfortunately for BlossoM's setup right now and their wave control in the top lane with this camp, it says better in the long term. I really mean like right about now when it gets up there. It's going to be tough to force a fight. In fact, BlossoM catches up in terms of experience with this. So the window for Miracle to hit this is closing. In fact, it's never really opened at all, essentially.
They were trying to open it, but never really got anything.
I mean, it's
major.
the tiniest window. Look, it's like 3 seconds they had it. Looks like I miscalculated and BlossoM had like another wave or something. It wasn't really that much of a window there. This feels obvious. Miracle's not going to fall for this.
And Judy holding in possibly a Haymaker too. I think Gust is enough against the Martell, but maybe they... I think he should just pick the Avatar. You don't really need Haymaker if you have Gust.
Yeah. Another missed burrow charge from Gondars, just really not having the best of Nubarok day. H82 hyper ganked here with that portal. He goes down. Finally, BlossoM picks up another kill. Goons are going to go ahead and take this Moon Shrine. There's not enough time here. Already Modern Life on the top lane to channel the Sun Shrine. So no Dragon Knight just yet.
Is BlossoM thinking what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking, G-Clef?
Leyline Seal into a Dragon Strike? So they can't dodge? They have to take at least some damage and zone away from the Dragon?
You know, I hope not. They might be. Dragon Knight gets taken here into this small window of time.
There are lots of dragons here.
Yeah.
And I think he's holding in, you know? I think there's a slight chance.
You think so?
A lot more than Haymaker, from what I can tell.
Yeah, Haymaker also being held still.
Maybe
Like, these are two talents I very rarely like to see.
It's cool and it's really cool and it just looks cool.
Okay. I'm watching too much Overwatch recently, G-Clef.
Yes. Every morning.
Well, I mean, let's see if they can make it work. We've seen a lot of heroics held for perfect moment lock-ins. I think we'll see this more and more as Heroes of the Storm develops. Cleanse here.
Cleanse. Nicely done by Nasa.
Because if they get a sick
Haymaker
moment,
it is.
Okay, if they get a sick moment to use it.
Chase down Martell.
Looking for it here, just not in range.
Dragon Strike locked in, Wolf.
Here we go, Modern Life, watch him. Might be a moment here for them to get the change. Everyone's bumped up, or clumped up. Here they go. Modern Life could get the ley line.
And nothing happens. Let's see. Modern,
here we go.
It is your chance.
He's not going to do it, though.
Drop down your ley line.
There it comes.
Here comes the Dragon Strike. But no
damage, not at all. Oh.
No one is it. Not even a single.
Not even one damage done.
And then there was a gust too.
Oh. I feel like this is why I didn't want this to happen.
Do not clip this, guys, and put it on.
Look, this was the most sadness, okay, ever witnessed in HGC Korea cast. It was G-Clef's dreams shattered. Sorry, G-Clef, I knew it wasn't going to work. I just wanted to get hype with you for a second, though.
Yes, thank you.
Also, I don't think the Haymaker is going to work out too well, but they don't really need the extra Avatar when you think about the lack of burst for BlossoM. Like, he should theoretically be able to heal himself up out of combat in most cases, and also Lucio's Sound Bearers in emergency cases will save him. Another gank attempt on the sniper. This time, I think they get it. Oh, no. Gust, too good. Mario, he put the portal out. He really wants it, but not going to happen.
Oh, man.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh, Martell is gone.
Dude,
Even without the Haymaker.
Dude needs that cleanse. That's a long cooldown. I think Miracle's drafted the more standard draft here, which is kind of putting the shoe on the other foot from how we started this series, and I get the feeling it's going to work. Sure, they put Haymaker down, but this crazy attempted, you know, Leyline Seal into Dragon Strike is just...
It's a dream. I mean, if there's a gust on the other side, Haymaker used to protect Lucio here, but it kind of worked here. But not going to work. There's another Leyline Seal.
Okay.
Dragon Strike is back, but
no.
really.
No,
Oh man,
no.
denied
He like put the Sonic Arrow out just to remind himself that it wouldn't work because he was so tempted to use it. He put the Sonic Arrow. He was like, yeah, I could see with this Sonic Arrow with my echolocation, this will definitely not work. I mean, Leyline Seal into a stun from Dragon's Arrow and Tormented Souls, Divine Shield, that seems pretty good to me. That seems like something that's been practiced and proven to work. We've seen that exact thing happen already to great success. But this feels like, you know, we talk about if compositions, we talk about if combos, G-Clef. This is one of those if combos. If they're in the right position, if the gust doesn't come off, if he times it perfectly with the ley line. Did not
Lots
happen.
of if, and that's not even perfect as... Okay, they will manage to go out. Gondar actually goes in, and there's a Haymaker or two away from the portal. Judy actually landing every single one. There's a Dragon Strike, but what is it doing?
Was there a Dragon Strike? I didn't notice it. I didn't see it.
It passed by.
I didn't see that any Dragon Strike on the screen. I thought that was supposed to do damage.
Just two random dragons passing by.
Just like in Breath of the Wild, you're like, oh yeah, that thing's over there. It does like a little bit of damage if it hits me, but it's not gonna hit me. This looks like a Dragon Knight for Miracle. Double stun from Judy. Saddest thing too is it was the first time we actually saw Gondar land a burrow charge, but it caused him to die. Alright, Judy gets taken out, a little bit overextending here. The sound barrier 1 second too late.
But they got the Dragon Knight, so it's a good. I would say it's a better trade for Miracle actually, even though it costs Muradin's life here. They can actually push in a little bit more and extend their EXP and buy time until Muradin comes back too.
I wonder how many games of Lucio Jaehyun has played, because he played very few last year. I wonder how many games career-wise it's been. Probably less than 5. I can't be too critical, but the death of Judy here does remove a lot of the peeling, and with Sonya being the other one in the Dragon Knight, there's not really a tank here, so this Dragon Knight ends up being essentially wasted. This has been a scrappy game, but it's been fun.
It's been entertaining, yes. I'm pretty sure the viewers are entertaining.
It's been interesting, I'd say. You know.
Oh, you gotta use that I word.
I gotta use the I word, the caster safety word. Blizzard approved.
Oh, Dragon Strike's back.
It's back. All right, Leyline Seal's up too. Let's just grab your popcorn at home, esports fans, because who knows what could happen. Uh-oh, H82.
Yeah, make sure you do not clip the old one. This one should be the clip.
Okay,
Judy melts.
Goes down.
Goes down, and Leyline does. Okay. Passes by.
So close. So Judy gets picked again. How about that Avatar though?
Yeah.
I guess he probably would have died either way. Wouldn't have been able to cast it because of the stun lock.
I think he could have, because he had time for the toss. Maybe. Only by slightly.
They're gonna trade this top 4, or at least a lot of the health of it, for bot keep wall, maybe some damage on keep. Looks like they're changing their mind. As Volstad's still up there. Sniper is in a moment going to be able to potentially come down here and set up a gust combo. Coming down now, will we see that attempt? BlossoM's already ready for it. Mounts are up. Not going to happen. He's just going to come here and clear mid. Oh, but he's vulnerable. Dodged the ley line last time, up for 22 more seconds. Or up in 22 seconds, I should say.
So this comp is... The pokes without the scatter arrow does not do as much damage, and also it's bad at pushing towers, I think. But here comes
the Dragon Strike. This one's good, kind of, not really at all.
Not really at all.
HGC doing the heals though with the whirlwind.
Not even taking the camp away from Miracle.
Okay.
Because of the gust.
Gondar gets caught here. Burrow charges in, gets into the portal. Everybody gets out safe except the dignity of the dragons on that Dragon Strike. They're the only ones who didn't get out safe, but or like whoever designed that heroic and did its damage values at home was like, ooh, that could use some tweaking. But beyond that, like everybody else gets out safe. It's like, oh, maybe it should be a little bit thicker. I'm not sure. Like this is like sipping his coffee right now, stressing out. Okay, here we go. Judy coming in here to try to set up this fight. He's got Haymaker in 5 seconds. Gondar in good position to try to turn into this fight with a charge. Here it comes.
Hanzo is not here. They're missing the damage.
He's coming in now.
They can get some Haymaker out so they cannot do Tormented Soul to Cocoon.
K can come in now though, he's got the portal. Can he get on them? Imagine if they had a Hanzo stun right now, how sick would that be? They don't have it though. Alright,
if it was Dragon's Arrow, yes, they could have chased so many times.
They might still get Dragon Knight. Judy's going in. Haymaker, he's got it in 10 seconds, not ready. Look at all the stuns coming through from Gondar though. Divine Shield onto
Judy
Dudu.
diving alone, this may be... Okay, has to use the Ghost and also the Sound Barrier. That's a lot of tools wasted.
Definitely didn't want to stack those.
Because they know, because Judy died last time diving in alone without the Avatar.
The combo, the dream. Leyline seals up.
It is available. Here comes Modern. It's ready for the Leyline.
Here we go.
Just toss it.
Oh, well, no, not really any damage at all.
Where's the Dragon Strike?
I didn't see it.
Oh, it's over there, but it passed away. But
Sonya's dead regardless. Medivh is going to be the trade.
Oh, actually gets canceled in.
He was cocooned?
During the animation of Dwarf Toss.
Yep.
Nicely done by Gondar there.
And now Dudu's just on the chase here.
Let's just ignore the two and focus on the skill shots here. It looks flashy and nice, but there's no damage.
I think Hanzo did get that kill off screen, by the way, onto Lucio. I didn't actually see it. It was a mercy killing. The observer decided not to show it. Sniper's like, I'm gonna slow this down real quick. Goes over there and grabs it.
You know what the best thing is though? Every single team fight is so epic.
Is it? I mean, we get to hear. I like the horns that play when it goes. Like, I think that's pretty effective. Like, that makes me feel happy when I hear it. Dragon Knight's active. BlossoM's got 20. Miracle will have 20. By the time the respawns come up, they should have 20 to defend their keep. Very healthy Dragon Knight marching directly towards South Keep, though. Valstad's soaking for that 20. Probably be Epic Mount to rejoin the fight. Wind Tunnel, not really an option, I don't feel here.
Epic Mount is the best.
They need to win this fight. Like, they need to win this before the core is under attack. Just like yesterday we saw this on Cursed Hollow, this kind of boss push. In this case, the Dragon Knight.
They do hit 20, so this Dragon Knight would not be as powerful. And gladly, no Grand Slam. This rewind from Murden now.
Okay, Modern Life moving forward here. That Leyline Seal combo. It's available, but not going to be the turning point, I don't think. But can definitely remove some of the members from the fight.
I want him to actually hold that in for the longest time. So they will be pressured to actually be...
To think about it and split, you know, split their attention.
Yeah. It's one more thing to think about when they team fight.
Okay, finally Falstad locks in Epic Mount. He was holding it for a long time. He was definitely not considering about Nexus Frenzy, though, let's be real. Like, he was thinking about maybe I could use Wind Tunnel later to do something fancy, but... Gondar D, Dragons here. Miracle, they took the fight to BlossoM they needed to take to survive, but it was not the fight that that would allow them to save their keep. So they're always going to have that bot pressure under, you know, they're going to be under duress from that, from the catapult minions they're spawning now. But it could have been worse. Core remains at full health. There's certainly a potential to win these team fights long term with a comp they've built and come back. So,
well, he does have Dragon Awakens now.
Yeah, he does.
So he can use it a lot. So he can use it a lot more often.
Okay. They still the camp. Leyline.
Oh, there's a 3. Where is the dragon? Oh, Hanzo is all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, he's not there. He could have tried to use that global, but not going to happen.
Oh, he does shoot it from the side, but dies.
Did he?
Yeah, he does. Because the cooldown's on.
Yeah, I didn't see it there.
The team fight is still happening, guys.
Hanzo dies off screen.
That's the beginning of the team fight. Judy dives in, but there's this lack of damage. They have to use the shield and everything just to escape right now. When Nasang's caught.
Nasang needs that teleport. Gets through. That was clutch, that portal right there.
Modern, his portals actually has been really, really good this entire game.
Yeah.
Providing escape for his teammates all the time.
Sniper just going to clear this top second night camp. First one already went through. Shrine's up in 25, so is Hanzo. I'm going to take this neutral camp. They've got Falstad top. This could be an opportunity for Miracle to get a Dragon Knight. It's going to be really tight, the window they have to work with. They might want to abandon this, actually. They've been scouted out. BlossoM's heading down. Here's the reveal from Modern. 10 seconds on Leyline.
But no
they
Hanzo.
walk away.
So they walk away. This is actually one of the best games. Like, don't take me wrong.
We're actually joking around quite a bit, but it's actually really enjoyable to see, like, is there ever going to be the dream Dragon Strike? Probably not. But, like, we're waiting, though, you know? Like, we don't know for sure. Okay, Judy's like, you better not toss down that Q. So they get the Dragon Knight, just as we said, the window of time for that was tiny, and they made it happen through the use of Falstad in the top lane and that Merc camp that pushed BlossoM away while Hanzo was dead. Now this, if they get the bottom keep, will relieve the pressure of those catapults. Slowly encroaching forward here is HGC in that Dragon Knight.
They might as well just throw the Dragon Knight and have that cooldown down with the 20 talent super quick and then use it again after the team. But they're looking for the perfect wombo combo. Here we go. There's the Dragon Strike comes in, doing so much damage. Oh, the Falstad. This one actually works so well. And Odin is even trapped because of the ley line. Great sound barrier, but it's just way too late and BlossoM is sweeping through.
Killing Falstad was huge there before he could use Gus to disengage. Jaehyun's going to go down as well, and finally that Dragon Strike. It wasn't the wombo combo, but it was enough with those leyline seals to kill Falstad.
And is already back on 10-second cooldown. Now back, he can use it again. That's how easy it is going to be. Maybe they're going straight to the core.
Oh, definitely they're going to the core. This is game over. Judy's going to try to buy some time here with this Dragon Knight. Here comes the kick, removing some of the damage, but Judy's going to go down here. That Haymaker not going to save him in the end. And it is going to be the final blows to the core coming through now as HGC might even be better off just dismounting this Dragon Knight.
Final Dragon Strike for the win. That's exactly what you need.
All right, Dudu, here we go. Nope. Sending it backwards.
Oh, okay.
That was not well practiced.
That was not well practiced.
That was not it.
Uther dies regardless.
It doesn't shoot right in front of him, guys. That's why it's not good at close range. Redemption going to keep Uther alive here. He's going to respawn. This core will go down. BlossoM in a wonky fourth game here will take the series 3-1 with one successful Dragon Strike at the end of the day. What a wonky final game we saw there. That was not the cleanest Heroes of the Storm we've ever seen in Korea.
But one of the most entertaining games from Korea ever, I think.
I would agree with that much.
They're blaming right now. Your Hanzo was not good. It was not my fault.
Definitely use the Dragon's Arrow next time, please.
Yeah, play of the game is so much better at 20. Compared to Dragon Awakens, it is uncomparable what you can do. You can initiate fight, do the damage, AoE stun. It's guys.
It was fun to watch them try to use the Dragon Strike to get some massive wombo combos. But at the end of the day, they won with good, clean late game team fighting. The overextension there by Miracle, which was punished in part by that Dragon Strike, was what won them the game in the end in that late game.
The dream was completed at the end.
So Miracle will drop down with a -2 score tonight. The 4-1 victory, or sorry, the 3-1 victory that BlossoM takes in this best of 5. All smiles here amongst the players, but we saw Dragon Strike. I heard that Dragon Strike worked in EU. I didn't see the particular game. I saw the draft, but I did not actually watch the Dragon Strikes themselves, so not sure if it was...
Works in Cursed Hollows sometimes because they're all trapped in a line oftentimes, but in this case, it was a different scenario right here.
Would we ever say that Dragon Strike won this game? No. There was a game with Hanzo in which Dragon Strike was locked in which Hanzo won the game. That we can say.
Yes.
But will we ever give credit to Dragon Strike?
Made this game entertaining.
Well, I hope we get to hear from Dudu, because he played very well despite the circumstances he put against himself by choosing Dragon Strike. So I hope we get to hear from him as the MVP as to how everything kind of all played out. That would be fun for me. Look, he had some really good accuracy. He got the kill there at the end on Jaehyun. That helped him win the game.
Also, basic attack. He lied. Wolf lied. Scatter arrow build is not the only one. Basic attack build is also okay.
Yeah,
well, we saw there's a lot of damage.
Second time this tournament, we saw it on Battle of Eternity, or BOE, Battlefield of... Yeah, I said it right. Battle of Eternity.
Oh, yeah, you just
lose my mind tonight.
Field out.
Yeah, so Battlefield of Eternity, we saw that work there. It makes a lot more sense for that map, but on this map, it worked very well. Yeah, it was different build. For sure.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun watching casting. I'm sure all of you guys back home also enjoyed it with us, and your chat experience was not ruined, of course,
like one
from
guy
watching
at home,
Korea.
There's one guy at home who's like, I can't believe they said it wasn't good. Like, it's definitely more fun.
It's so much damage.
When I played in quick match, the one guy shooter that just walks into it the whole time as he runs away, and it's so good in that moment.
Maybe only if you can trap all 5 in the Graviton Surge with Zarya, but unless that happens, please.
My favorite part, G-Club, was the last Dragon Strike where he was trying to shoot it at
the core.
H82, and then like, because it doesn't actually work at point blank range, just like went past him. It wasn't even close. Like, all right, so BlossoM takes the series 3-1. Games 1 and 2, very standard draft, standard play. Game 3, really good picks and good understanding of Garrosh. But when Garrosh was removed again in Game 4, the BlossoM was able to take the one. We had some fun with that one in terms of the Dragon Strikes, but they played the better late game. And, you know, it just feels like Judy, as we predicted before this series even started, needs to step up his tank hero pool. And we were hoping during the offseason that occurred, but from what we've seen so far, I'm not yet convinced. Jaehyun as well
also
had some weak moments.
But Gunza, with less expectations, I think he played his part okay when Judy stepped up and when he made the right timing to initiate the fight. He also did pretty well with the skill shots later on as he got to solve his hand. And let's have the standings now. All 8 teams have played once in 2 days.
That's right. So this is a bigger picture of where things stand, but we really won't know until next Sunday after every team has played twice, where we're really going to end up at the end of the day. So as you can see here, Feliz at the top of the bottom. Ace had a struggle today against Ballistics, but we'll really judge them further once they play against a team more relative to their skill level. And Black will have opportunities to play against non-surprising burst strategies from Tempest. So next week's matches will be exciting, but tomorrow is of course the last day of the weekend. We're not quite done with the week just yet.
Certainly thought it would be very interesting, but this was a very entertaining match to cast with the last set of the day. I think we were going to have Wiz for the interview because he was pointing fingers at himself. Maybe the staff was telling him. We're going jumping into interview soon.
There's just no way, G-Clef, that we have an interview where Dragon Strike is not discussed. I don't care who they interview, that is going to be a topic. And if it's not a topic, I'm going to go ask them myself, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. So I'm going to tell you guys the answer, okay? All right, so we're going to take... Oh, I thought we were going to take a look at some highlights, because that's not what we do. Then we go in the interview, but
yeah, maybe
happen.
It's not ready yet. And maybe... Oh, we can have an interview. How's your cast today?
I thought it was all right. I thought maybe we were a little bit too silly at the end, but like, I promised to show good cast for the fans next time, so keep cheering for me.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, for me, I will try my best to have my good result, to keep my performances up there, and thanks to all my fans and teammates who support us all the time, and that's all I have to say.
I just want to add that I'm not good at casting. It was only G-Clef, and even though I was selected as MVP by G-Clef today, I think that's incorrect, and that G-Clef is in fact the MVP.
We're being sarcastic, guys, of all the Korean interviews.
I think I smiled a little bit too much to do the interview kind of fake. I should have been a little bit more monotone.
You have people like SCSC, who's always monotone, and
gotta do the little nod.
Always says little nod and say yes or no. That's his answer, nothing else. Actually, he speaks sentences now. That's how he's improved. Yeah,
not just yes or no answers. I've dealt with a lot of quiet Korean pro gamers in my career in terms of interviews. Players like Maru in StarCraft 2. Even today in 2018, you want to get that boy to speak words, you're really gonna have to reach hard. You're gonna have to. You have to ask the question, like, without saying literally the word no or yes. What did you feel about your performance today? Like,
maybe.
Kind of. You're like, but that doesn't even answer my question. He's like,
spoon. Some random word.
Well, that would at least been interesting. So interview's getting ready, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna watch these highlights real quick before we jump into that interview. We're going to look at game number 1 at first, where we saw the damage mitigated in a lot of these team fights by Medivh, which was later banned in the series, made a reappearance in game 4. H82, no way out.
Sonya in the front line was just dominating Miracle. They had poke, but Junkrat was never enough to do all that damage in that small amount of time. They need to really draw out with Jaehyun giving over the time period healing, and which never came in time, of course, because they were losing members in every 5 seconds.
Yeah, Sniper not having any protection there, just wasn't able to do much. This game was dominated by BlossoM in the early game. There were a few signs of life for Miracle. However, they made a greedy call after winning this team fight. With 3 up, they went for boss, lost the altar, lost the game. This game was completely snowballed out of control with the burst damage from Jaina. Very well played. Look at this root with the silence together. That wasn't even with an entomb. Not realistically with an entomb. A lot more combos we're going to see later on.
Ooh, this taunt was the greatest coming out from Judy.
Watch this. Ho ho ho! See ya, Frost!
And Gunja comes all the way.
Oh, that was a silence, not a Frost one. Not a Ring of Frost. It was on cooldown. Sorry, wrong highlight. All right, look, this was the one! This is the one that kills Falstad! He was gonna die anyways, but they got him!
And this is the only highlight of the Dragon Strike. I love that.
All right, let's find out who our MVP is. G-Club's here to translate.
And we have a person from... We actually have Nasang from...
Least likely to be interviewed about Dragon Strike, but they'll still ask him, I hope.
Yes. I wanted to ask Wiz. And I think, and Wiz says 3-0 if not nervous today. What did you think about today's match? Wiz is really good when he's having a good condition. I also thought we could have 3-0. We almost had it, but we slipped just a step down, and then we won right after. And then we had lots of C9 moments from Overwatch, if you guys are a fan of Overwatch. And lots of Dragon Strikes, but never really landed a hit.
신단이 나오는데 우드를 가더라고요. 그래서 그냥 이거 밀어내기만 해도 먹을 수 있겠다 해가지고 그냥 다 밀어내라고 그냥 다 하니까 도착도 못 하더라고요. 그러니까 대학하는 바로 옆에 있었는데 죽을 뻔하고 못 왔는데.
Never mind, they're not talking about Dragon Strike yet.
그렇게 생각해요.
They're talking about the Inferno Shrine where they had Shrine just pushing the waves, pushing the Shrine out with all the numbers. It was insane.
나상 선수가 노체 선수
Somehow Miss Dragon Strike should be called C9 forever now. Like
이런 질문해도 될지 모르겠지만 나상 선수에게 노체 시란.
Well, what do you think about No Chat, who's observing right now? Who used to be in BlossoM?
어.
No Chat?
Doesn't sound like he's very confident.
That guy.
자 그러면 지금 직관 와주신 분들 그리고
I won't say any more than that. That guy.
한마디 해주세요.
You want to say something to the fans, please?
더 그러니까 압도적으로 이기면서 멋진 모습을 보여드리려고 했는데 그게 실패.
We wanted to dominate our first match. It was not as dominant.
상위권 팀들과 비빌 수 있을까 그렇게.
It was not as strong as we thought, but still, I think we can still contest against the stronger teams who's up there.
제가 이제 상위권이라고 부를 수 있는 모습을.
And we want to be on the upper half, upper third of the HGC Korea. We will work really hard to get up there. And that was it from Nasang.
Didn't hear enough about the Dragon Strike.
O-Prime is so bad at interviews. I'm gonna go tell him that right after.
I'm sad. I wanted to hear about it, but
I wanted to at least have a question like, did you guys talk about before he chose that heroic there, or was it his own choice? At least that
the
kind
balance
of
designer who tweaked the Dragon Strike values was like, he called in. He was like, do not ask about, he's like, I swear it's coming out. He's like, patch is coming out soon, but it's not going to be even next week because we're going to the Blaze balance patch. He's like, don't ask any questions about this. He's like, I swear I'm working on it. He's like, it's really strong. Well, that's going to do it for our second day of HGC Korea, guys, for 2018. Some exciting games today, some interesting matches there, especially the Dragonshire game. Ballistics is looking strong, but that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been G-Clef and myself, and we will see you tomorrow.